For over 60 years, Denny's has been the go-to place for generations of Americans looking to have a great meal and connect with their friends and loved ones any time of day. However, recent research suggests that America's Diner is perhaps a bit of an overstatement for the brand identity. In this presentation, we will examine different variables of research and determine where the brand lies in regards to image and guest feedback, and make suggestions based on these observations. Through our research and suggestions, we hope to truly make Denny's America's Diner once more. Our target audience must remain similar to that of Denny's current plan, per their CMO, John Dillon. Our two major target audiences are millennials, those born between 1982 and 1995, as well as those in Generation Z, individuals born 1996 and later. Denny's brand positioning. Denny's brings people together any time of day because the best stories are shared over a great meal from America's favorite diner. The Denny's brand positioning was intended to reflect the idea that we are the place to go for great food and even better conversation, while emphasizing the aspect of the brand being America's Diner. We have two major challenges in regards to Denny's, and that is the lack of millennials and Gen Zs at our locations, as well as social media channels not being leveraged efficiently. The problem with lack of millennials and Gen Zs is because younger customers want clean environments, quality food, and great service consistently. Unfortunately, based on our findings, this isn't exactly the case for all locations. Another problem that we're having with the social media leverage is that there's excessive negative comments on social media pages for Denny's, and moderators are not addressing guest concerns effectively.
Our consumer research methods included observations, qualitative interviews, and sentiment analysis. Observations happened during weekdays during the morning, lunch, and evening time. Interviews were conducted in public areas such as Starbucks, public parks, and shopping centers. We used different social media channels for the sentiment analysis, such as Facebook, Yelp, Google Reviews, and Instagram. Observations were completed in different times of the day. There were similarities and differences across all our observations. The morning participants were mainly male-dominated, sat by themselves, and were pretty quiet. The afternoon participants were a bit diverse in ethnicities, bigger groups, and had a balanced amount of an enjoyable experience through their facial expressions. The evening participants were majority Hispanic, were with family or friends, and were constantly sharing stories and laughing throughout their meals. The interviews were conducted with the millennial generation to understand their overall dining experience. Sample questions were what restaurants the participants chose to eat between 11 p.m. to 5 a.m., the use of social applications, the delivery online service, and their thoughts on the America's Diner slogan. The purpose of the interviews is to evaluate whether the participants associated any of the answers with Denny's. Out of the 50 reviews, 40% were positive and 60% were negative. Some positive connotations associated with Denny's were Denny's great food, affordable price, and good family restaurant. Some negative connotations were horrible location, worst service, disappointment. The intent to return were majority to not come back. These research outlets have provided insight in regards to customer service and food quality. Customers expressed the importance of great customer service, cleanliness, and their value of a certain comforting environment where great quality food can be enjoyed. The reports also gave insight that consumers most commonly share a great meal with family and friends, and on any type of occasion. It also shows that social applications, such as Yelp, have a lot of influence or validate their choice in dining. Another key insight is that Denny's is not reaching the millennial target market, especially in the daytime hours, and have no association with Denny's social media presence. Denny's knows that people bring up odd conversations when eating with friends. But do customers know that Denny's is the best place to do it in?
Let's take a look at the industry overview. Consumers have a variety of options, which includes breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There is also numerous restaurant options along freeways and highways, giving consumers more choice. These select locations are good for travelers. They can also generate more foot traffic. Some of the major competitors in the market space include companies such as Norms and IHOPs. These companies also share similar business markets to Denny's and do pose a threat to the organization. So what are some of the key takeaways? First, the mobile application. Remember, this is a new application that now provides online opportunities that were not previously available to Denny's. Second key takeaway is Denny's 24-hour dining. After-hours dining is a significant market share. This is only being used by a limited number of restaurant establishments. The third takeaway is Denny's food quality. Again, not always rated the best in quality. However, Denny's does offer an extensive menu. Situation analysis. Let's review some of Denny's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Some of Denny's key branding strengths include 24-hour in-restaurant dining. This dining experience has been a staple at Denny's for years. Customers can dine in and order food any time of day. Another strength is Denny's online dining application. This app recently launched in 2017. It allows customers to order food online and also have it delivered to their home or location. An additional strength is that Denny's encourages and promotes growth and franchise expansion. Additional restaurant locations are wanted. The company wants to continue to grow. Now to the opportunities. Online market share growth. Online ordering opens the door to gain additional customers looking for convenient ordering experiences. That includes delivery. Denny's is also working on opportunities to increase its family and millennial consumer base. Denny's has recently been working on social media campaigns to attract this market. In addition, the late night delivery provides an opportunity to gain access to consumers looking for the convenience of staying home and ordering food at any hour. Now for Denny's weaknesses. These include limited locations. More locations are needed, especially in remote areas. With limited locations, Denny's has had a loss with their opportunities. Another weakness is Denny's food quality. Many of the independent reviews by consumers support the negative food experience at Denny's. An additional weakness is Denny's franchise dependence. With most of the Denny's locations being franchise owned, Denny's is too dependent on franchises, which can mean that franchise owner can carry more decision-making power than what is ideal for Denny's, the corporation. Denny's threats include the following. Competition, such as IHOPs and Norms. Competition may have better food quality than Denny's. Locations with the need to grow Denny's runs the risk of growing too fast. Fast growth can cause organizational issues within the corporation. Finally, they run the threat of being too dependent on the revenue from the franchise locations. If a franchise decreases in size, the loss to Denny's can be significant in revenue.
Our communication strategy is to utilize social media hashtags across appropriate platforms to generate conversations that connect millennials to the brand and to establish a deeper relationship to America's Diner sentiment that Denny's Restaurants is known for. Ways to increase and encourage positive engagement in social media using hashtags would be to encourage customers to share more of their stories and memories created at Denny's using a hashtag combination of hashtag MyDennyStory and hashtag America's Diner to curate an online community that fosters fun, personal experiences, and deep connection to the brand. Additionally, Denny's could use and share the content on different channels such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter to encourage sharing of more stories. Of course, by creating these communities and spaces of conversations, it's also important for Denny's to remain active participants by monitoring and moderating content in a timely manner to address concerns and express appreciation for positive feedback. A second part of our strategy is to reach our millennial market by tapping into the purpose-driven mindset of the generation by continuing to and expanding giving back to local communities by partnering with organizations like No Kid Hungry or United Way. If millennials know they're eating for a cause, they may be more inclined to fill those booths. Using this two-part strategy will create a stronger connection to the America's Diner environment as we recommend. Because, after all, Denny's brings people together any time of day because the best stories are shared over a great meal from America's favorite diner.